What if I told you that just 15 minutes a day could dramatically reduce your joint pain and help you move like you did 10 years ago? And what if these movements were so gentle that you could do them right now, even if you're experiencing stiffness or discomfort? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll have a complete routine that thousands of people over 50 are using to reclaim their mobility and say goodbye to daily aches. Welcome back to Prime Motion 60+, where we prove that age is just a number and movement is medicine. I'm here to help you stay active, pain-free, and living life on your terms, no matter what decade you're in. If you're new here, this channel is dedicated to practical, science-backed exercises specifically designed for bodies over 50. We don't do extreme workouts or unrealistic challenges. We focus on what actually works for real people dealing with real joint pain, stiffness, and mobility concerns. Before we dive in, do me a quick favor. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Why? Because I post new movement routines every week that are specifically designed to help you feel stronger, more flexible, and pain-free. Trust me, your future self will thank you. Now let's talk about why joint pain doesn't have to be your reality, and how these 5 gentle exercises can transform your daily life. First, let's address the elephant in the room. Why do our joints start hurting more as we age? Here's the truth. It's not just about getting older. Yes, our cartilage naturally thins over time, and synovial fluid that lubricates our joints can decrease. But here's what most people don't realize. Inactivity is often a bigger culprit than age itself. When we stop moving, our joints actually become stiffer and more painful. It's a vicious cycle. Pain leads to less movement, which leads to more pain. The medical term for this is deconditioning, and it affects millions of people over 50. But here's the exciting part, and this is what I want you to really hear. Gentle, consistent movement can reverse much of this decline. Research from the Arthritis Foundation shows that appropriate exercise can reduce joint pain by up to 40% and improve function significantly. We're not talking about running marathons or lifting heavy weights. We're talking about intelligent, targeted movements that work with your body, not against it. The exercises I'm about to share with you target the most common problem areas: hips, knees, shoulders, and spine. Each one is designed to improve circulation to your joints, strengthen the supporting muscles, and increase your range of motion without causing additional stress or pain. Now, before we begin, here's an important note. If you have severe joint pain, recent injuries, or chronic conditions, please consult with your healthcare provider before starting any new exercise routine. What I'm sharing today is for general joint stiffness and age-related mobility concerns, not acute injuries or severe arthritis that requires medical intervention. All right, let's get into it. Grab a chair, a yoga mat if you have one, and maybe a pillow for extra cushioning. You're going to want to do these exercises. Our first exercise targets your hip joints, which are absolutely critical for walking, standing, and overall mobility. Many people over 50 develop tight hip flexors from sitting too much, and this contributes to lower back pain and reduced stability. Sit toward the edge of a sturdy chair with your feet flat on the floor, about hip-width apart. Place your hands on your thighs or on the sides of the chair for support. Now, imagine you're drawing a circle with your hip joint. Slowly shift your weight to the right, then forward, then to the left, then back, creating a smooth circular motion with your hips. The key here is slow and controlled movement. This isn't about speed, it's about lubricating the joint and activating the muscles around your hips. You should feel a gentle stretch and warming sensation, but no sharp pain. Do 8 to 10 circles in one direction, then pause and reverse, doing 8 to 10 circles in the opposite direction. Why this works? This exercise increases synovial fluid production in your hip joint, which acts as natural lubrication. It also gently stretches the hip flexors, glutes, and lower back muscles. Physical therapists often prescribe similar movements for people with hip osteoarthritis because they improve mobility without putting excessive load on the joint. Common mistakes to avoid. Don't hold your breath. Breathe naturally throughout the movement. Don't force a larger circle than feels comfortable. Your range of motion will increase naturally over time with consistent practice. Personal note. When I first started doing this exercise with my community members, many reported that this single movement reduced their morning hip stiffness significantly within just 2 weeks. One woman told me she could finally put on her socks without pain. These small victories matter tremendously. You can do this exercise multiple times throughout your day, morning, afternoon, and evening. It's gentle enough to do daily, and the more consistent you are, the better your results will be. Now let's move to the upper body. Shoulder pain and stiffness are incredibly common after 50, making everyday tasks like reaching into cabinets, washing your hair, or even getting dressed uncomfortable. Here's how to do wall push-ups. Stand facing a wall, about arm's length away. Place your palms flat against the wall at shoulder height and shoulder width apart. Your fingers should point toward the ceiling. Keep your feet firmly planted and engage your core slightly. Now slowly bend your elbows and lean your body toward the wall, keeping your back straight. Your elbows should point slightly downward, not out to the sides. Go as far as comfortable. You should feel your chest and shoulder muscles working. Then push back to the starting position. Perform 10 to 12 repetitions, moving slowly and with control. Why this works? This modified push-up strengthens the rotator cuff muscles that stabilize your shoulder joint as well as your chest and upper back muscles. Stronger shoulder muscles mean better joint support and less pain during daily activities. Unlike traditional push-ups, wall push-ups allow you to control the intensity completely, making them safe and effective for people with existing shoulder issues. Key points for proper form. Keep your body in a straight line from head to heels. Don't let your hips sag or stick out. If you feel any pinching or sharp pain in your shoulders, reduce your range of motion. You should feel muscular effort, not joint pain. Modifications. If this feels too challenging, step closer to the wall to reduce the angle. If it feels too easy, step further away to increase the challenge. You can also try this exercise using a sturdy countertop instead of a wall for a different angle. Research from the Journal of Physical Therapy Science shows that progressive resistance exercises like wall push-ups can significantly improve shoulder function and reduce pain in older adults, even those with mild to moderate arthritis. The key word here is progressive. You start where you are and gradually increase as you get stronger. I recommend doing this exercise 3 to 4 times per week, giving your muscles a day of rest in between. As you get stronger over several weeks, you can gradually increase the number of repetitions or adjust your distance from the wall to make it more challenging. Let's address the joints that probably give people the most trouble. The knees. Knee pain can be debilitating, affecting everything from walking and climbing stairs to simply standing up from a chair. Here's how to do seated knee extensions. Sit in a chair with your back supported and your feet flat on the floor. Hold on to the sides of the chair for stability. Now, slowly straighten your right leg, lifting your foot off the ground until your leg is fully extended, or as extended as comfortable. Hold this position for 3 to 5 seconds, really engaging the muscles on the front of your thigh, then slowly lower your foot back to the floor. Perform 10 repetitions on your right leg, then switch to your left leg for 10 repetitions. Why this works? This exercise strengthens your quadriceps muscles, the large muscles on the front of your thighs. These muscles are your knee joint's primary support system. When your quadriceps are strong, they take pressure off your knee joint itself, reducing pain and improving stability. Studies consistently show that quadriceps strengthening is one of the most effective interventions for knee osteoarthritis. Important technique tips. Keep your movements slow and controlled. The lowering phase is just as important as the lifting phase. Don't lock your knee when your leg is extended. Keep a very slight bend. If you feel pain during the movement, not just muscle fatigue, reduce your range of motion or consult a physical therapist. Progressions. As this becomes easier, you can add a hold at the top for longer, work up to 10 seconds. You can also add ankle weights, start with just 1 or 2 pounds to increase resistance, but only after you've mastered the movement with just your body weight. Here's something fascinating. Research from the American College of Rheumatology found that people who performed regular quadriceps strengthening exercises experienced not just reduced pain, but also improvements in cartilage health visible on imaging studies. Your body has an incredible capacity to adapt and heal when you give it the right stimulus. One participant in my community, a 67-year-old gentleman, started with just 5 repetitions per leg because his knees were so weak. Within 6 weeks of daily practice, he was doing 15 reps with ankle weights and reported that he could walk upstairs without holding the railing for the first time in years. Consistency is everything. Do this exercise daily if possible. Your quadriceps can handle frequent training, especially with this type of controlled, moderate-intensity movement. Now let's focus on your spine. Back stiffness and pain are almost universal complaints after 50, and much of it stems from reduced spinal mobility and weak core muscles. Here's how to do the modified cat-cow stretch. You can do this on your hands and knees on a yoga mat, or if getting down on the floor is difficult, you can do a standing version using a countertop for support. Floor version. Start on your hands and knees in a tabletop position. Your hands should be directly under your shoulders and your knees directly under your hips. Begin with your spine in a neutral position. For the cow pose, slowly arch your back, lifting your chest and tailbone toward the ceiling, and let your belly drop toward the floor. Your head looks slightly upward. Hold for 2 seconds. Then transition to the cat pose by rounding your spine upward, tucking your tailbone under, and bringing your chin toward your chest. Hold for 2 seconds. Move slowly between these two positions, synchronizing with your breath. Inhale during cow, exhale during cat. Complete 8 to 10 cycles. Standing version. Stand facing a countertop or sturdy table with your hands resting on it, arms extended. Step back so your body forms roughly a 90-degree angle at your hips. For the cow position, arch your back and lift your chest, looking slightly forward. For the cat position, round your spine, tuck your chin, and pull your belly in. Again, 8 to 10 cycles. Why this works? This movement gently mobilizes every segment of your spine, from your neck down to your lower back. It stretches the muscles along your spine, strengthens your core stabilizers, and improves the flexibility of the spinal discs. Additionally, the rhythmic movement has a meditative quality that can reduce stress and tension, which often contributes to muscle tightness. What you should feel: a gentle stretch along your entire back, a sense of lengthening in your spine, and possibly some small pops or clicks. These are normal and usually indicate that stiff joints are mobilizing. You should not feel sharp or shooting pain. The Mayo Clinic recommends exercises like cat-cow for maintaining spinal health and preventing age-related stiffness. They emphasize that spinal mobility is crucial for balance, posture, and preventing falls, a major concern for people over 50. Pro tip: don't rush this movement. The slower you go, the more therapeutic it becomes. Some people like to do this exercise first thing in the morning to wake up their spine before starting their day. I had a participant who suffered from chronic lower back stiffness for over a decade. She committed to doing this exercise every morning and evening for just 2 minutes each time. After 3 weeks, she reported that her morning back pain had reduced by about 70%, and she felt more flexible throughout her entire day. That's the power of consistent, gentle mobility work. Our final exercise focuses on the often neglected ankles and feet. Strong, mobile ankles are essential for balance, walking, and preventing falls. Many people develop ankle stiffness from wearing restrictive shoes or simply from lack of movement. Here's how to do ankle circles and toe points. Sit in a chair with good back support. Extend your right leg out in front of you, keeping your heel on the ground, or lifting your entire leg slightly off the floor if that's comfortable. First, perform ankle circles. Slowly rotate your foot in a circular motion, as if you're drawing a circle with your big toe. Make the circles as large as comfortable. Do 8 circles in one direction, then 8 circles in the opposite direction. Next, do toe points. Point your toes away from you as far as possible, plantar flexion. Hold for 2 seconds, then flex your foot, bringing your toes toward your shin as far as possible, dorsiflexion. Hold for 2 seconds. Repeat this 10 times. Complete the entire sequence with your right foot, then switch to your left foot. Why this works? These movements strengthen the small muscles in your feet and calves, improve ankle joint mobility, and enhance proprioception, your body's awareness of where it is in space. Better proprioception means better balance and a lower risk of falls. Additionally, these exercises improve circulation in your lower legs, which can help reduce swelling and discomfort. Additional benefits: Many people with plantar fasciitis or general foot pain find significant relief from regular ankle and foot mobility work. The movements help maintain the flexibility of the Achilles tendon and the ligaments around the ankle, both of which tend to stiffen with age. According to research published in the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity, ankle strengthening and mobility exercises are strongly associated with improved balance and reduced fall risk in older adults. Falls are a leading cause of injury after 50, so this simple exercise is actually quite powerful for your long-term health and independence. Bonus variation. For an extra challenge, try doing these exercises while balancing on one foot, while holding onto a chair for safety. This adds a balance component that further enhances stability and strength. One of my community members, a 72-year-old woman, credited daily ankle exercises with helping her return to hiking, something she thought she'd given up forever due to ankle instability and fear of falling. After 2 months of consistent practice, she was back on the trails, carefully but confidently. So there you have it, 5 gentle but highly effective exercises that target your hips, shoulders, knees, spine, and ankles. Together, these movements form a complete routine that addresses the most common sources of joint pain and mobility limitations after 50. Here's how to incorporate these into your daily routine. You can do all 5 exercises in one 15-minute session, ideally once per day. The best time is whenever you'll actually do them consistently. For some people, that's first thing in the morning. For others, it's in the afternoon or evening. Alternatively, you can spread them throughout your day. Hip circles in the morning, wall push-ups mid-morning, knee extensions at lunch, cat-cow in the afternoon, and ankle exercises in the evening. Consistency is more important than perfection. Even if you can only do each exercise a few times to start, that's infinitely better than not doing them at all. Start where you are and build gradually. When will you see results? Most people notice some improvement in how they feel within the first week. Perhaps less morning stiffness or easier movement during daily activities. More significant changes in strength and mobility typically become apparent within 4 to 6 weeks of consistent practice. Remember, joint health is a marathon, not a sprint. These exercises aren't a quick fix. They're a sustainable practice that will serve you for years to come. If you found this routine helpful, I have a challenge for you. Commit to doing these exercises for just 2 weeks. Mark it on your calendar, set a daily reminder on your phone, whatever works for you. After 2 weeks, come back to this video and leave a comment telling me how you feel. I read every single comment, and I love hearing about your progress. And listen, you don't have to struggle with joint pain and stiffness just because you're over 50. Movement is medicine, and the exercises I've shared today are your prescription for better mobility and less pain. If you haven't already, please subscribe to Prime Motion 60 Plus and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our upcoming videos. Next week, I'll be sharing a routine specifically for balance and fall prevention, something that becomes increasingly important as we age. Before you go, check out the description below where I've listed all 5 exercises with timestamps, so you can easily jump to the ones you want to review. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. Now get up, move gently, and remember, your best years are still ahead of you. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, keep moving and stay strong.